2 more high-profile MMA fights have officially been added to the MVP Netflix card on May 16th. Muhammad Mokaev is set to take on Adriano Moraes in a 3-round MMA bout, and former UFC heavyweight champion Junior Dos Santos is set to face Robelis Despain. The event features a triple headliner of Mike Perry vs Nate Diaz, Ronda Rousey vs Gina Carano, and Francis Ngannou vs Felipe Lins. How do you guys think this card is shaping up so far? Post your opinions in the comments. Jorge Masvidal reveals he turned down an offer from Netflix for a UFC return.
So I got offered the fight on this card. I had a very good, nice offer from Netflix, but UFC had other plans for me. They said, no, we're gonna use you, and you know, we're gonna break the news here first on this podcast, who they want me to fight and when they want me to fight and where they want me to fight. You know, and I was talking to Nikisa. You know, I get along very well with Nikisa, but love for him for even thinking of me and calling me up and stuff. But it just it didn't work out, you know. So I had the first offer before they gave it to Nate. It was me, and I desperately wanted to take the fight. But UFC has a good plan for me. They told me the plan. I like it, and we're gonna see it through now.
So you're coming back?
Coming back now. You know?
Let's go.
I'll show you guys the message from Hunter, where it says "Welcome back home," blah blah blah. You know, and then we show some of that up on the thing. You know, so I had a good long talk with Hunter, and there's a nice little deal for me there, so I'm gonna take it.
Hell yeah.
Do you know who you're fighting yet? I know you can't say it on camera, but do you know?
No, we don't know who I'm fighting yet, but we have like 3 good candidates.
Did you say weight class?
170.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So, you know, shout out to Hunter, shout out to Dana. Thank you guys always for taking care of your boy.
Jiri Prochazka is preparing to face Carlos Ulberg for the vacant light heavyweight title at UFC 327. Jiri posted footage of himself deadlifting 561 pounds. On the Believe You Me podcast with Michael Bisping, Jiri Prochazka revealed that negotiations for the Carlos Ulberg fight started after Tom Aspinall's eye injury.
Negotiations started after my last fight, so in October last year, and more clear when Tom Aspinall injured himself with the eye. Then Alex Pereira started speaking about moving up, and then we start to negotiate about to fight Ulberg for a title. And only possible date for us, they told us like 11th of April. So, and for me, it still is so close to the birth of my first child, because the date is around 13th of April. So first flight after fight I have to fly back, because it can be, I believe it will be a little bit later, few days. So
we're praying.
Boy. Man.
During warm-ups, Khamzat Chimaev and Arman Tsarukyan made their flips look easy, but Khalil Roundtree not so much.
Oh my God, stop.
Paddy Pimblett roasted one of his teammates for having gel in his hair and wearing white socks.
I hope it does, Ted. You got gel in your hair there? Oh my God, it gets worse. What? It gets worse. You've got gel in your hair.
What's wrong with gel in your hair, man?
What's right with it? Not what's wrong with it?
It's like your style, yeah.
Oh my God.
Take a note, brother. Gel in your hair and white socks.
It's making the gym look super, lad. Every time you get them white socks out, you're getting car kicked. Still white socks.
Bro, I'm not going to be able to fight in June if you carry on like this.
I'll make sure you can't fight if you keep wearing white socks and putting gel in your hair. Lad, he's got gel in his hair. Lad, I'd well rather blow dry my hair than have gel in it like an absolute wet one.
Fucking hair dryer.
What's hand condition this bad boy?
How's a hair dryer?
But do you know what do you know what I didn't do after I done that? Put gel in it like a wet one. Lad, I can't believe you, you know.
You know when you go to like a women's salon, you get a cut and blow dry, like that's.
No, I just get it cut. I do go to a hairdresser. I just get it cut.
No blow dry.
No, it doesn't do me on there.
Ariel Helwani believes Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy should have been scored a draw. He also said it almost seemed like the fight was fixed because Evloev kept the fight standing for most of the bout, given his typical approach.
Movsar Evloev, or as everyone's calling him now, Evloev, defeating Lerone Murphy. You know, I actually rewatched it this morning, as many people did, including Rick. Very interesting, though, to listen to it with the commentary, because the commentary was telling you that he needed a finish, Movsar did, come the championship rounds. In the end, he didn't. He did lose a point. One judge had it 47-47. The two others had it 48-46. I rewatched it this morning, so I feel very confident in saying who I thought won the fight and how I scored the fight. Guys, I scored it 3-2 for Movsar Evloev. First round, fourth round, fifth round. However, he does lose the point in the fourth round after the second nut shot, which I thought Mark Goddard did a tremendous job. He said, I don't want to be involved. You're making me involved. I have to take the point away because it was the second nut shot. And so as a result of that, I feel comfortable, very, very comfortable in saying that I thought this was a 47-47 draw. I don't know how you have it 4-1. I guess I kind of know. You can maybe go first round, third round, fourth round, fifth round for Movsar. I had second and third for Lerone. And it was a very, can I say, it was a very frustrating and somewhat depressing fight to watch. And I'll tell you guys why I thought it was depressing. It was very clear to me, if you didn't know the backstory, if you just know who Movsar is, right? Like you just know his style, you know how good he is taking fighters to the ground, his grappling, he's suffocating, right? If you just knew that, but didn't know about the whole title shot drama, that he was passed over and all this stuff, I honestly think that you could have thought, and you would have been fair in thinking that this fight was fixed. And I'm not saying it was fixed, but it was so bizarre to see this guy who is so good at grappling not shoot once until later in the fight.
Dustin Poirier thinks Michael Chandler was a layup fight for Conor McGregor, and now Conor may have lost it. Chandler is now set to face Mauricio Hufi on the White House card. Dustin said, I thought the Chandler fight was a layup for him. A great matchup for him. Chandler's up there, 38 or 39 years old. But it's just a layup for Conor. Chandler's hittable. Covers distance not that technically. Huge movements. You jump in, you get carried out. Conor's a sniper. I just think that's a great matchup for him. The rematch between Arman Tsarukyan and Georgio Poullas is set to go down at RAF 7 this Saturday. Arman is not concerned if another brawl happens. In an interview with Fox Nation, Arman said if he was a man, I would have a problem with him. With these guys, I'm never going to have a problem because he's not a man of his words, first of all. And second one, you can do something to him and he can cancel the fight, say, oh, I break my hand. I want to go this, I want to sue you. Because he is kind of a tricky guy and you got to be careful. He's like a rat. We'll see what happens. You never know. But I'm in UFC. For me, it's bad to fight somewhere and somebody, especially with wrestlers. They don't know how to fight. So I can break his arms. I don't know, his head. It's dangerous because we know how to use our hands. Elbows, kicks. It could be dangerous for him. In an interview with Home of Fight, Chase Hooper expressed doubt that Justin Gaethje will get a fairy tale ending to his MMA career. Hooper added that he'd rather see Ilia Topuria face Islam Makhachev on the White House card, giving him the chance to witness a Dagestani fighter finally being defeated.
About the main event of that card, because it is your division. Justin Gaethje, Ilia Topuria, who wins?
I love Justin, and I want him to win. I want him to get that belt, that fairy tale ending, you know, for his career. But god dang, Ilia has just been murdering all the legends of the sport, and that I'm very depressed by this matchup happening. Because who would have thought to take out Volk, to take out Max, to take out Charles? Like, I would have much rather seen Ilia and Islam. That way I could at least be happy with him beating a Dagestani guy finally. But no, I think I'll just be depressed, just like I was when I saw him fight Charles. We immediately turned the fight off, and then everybody was just in silence for a while. Yeah. I think it'll be kind of that same thing, which I think Steve Garcia said it. He's like, why, like, the Americans on the card are getting like some of these crazy tough matchups. Like, don't you want them to win at home? But I don't know. It is what it is.
More footage of Alex Pereira has been released of him working on his grappling as he prepares to face Ciryl Gane at the White House.
E agora?
On the Show Me the Money podcast, Grant Dawson estimates Alex Pereira to be making close to $10 million per fight.
He's making per fight, if you're the guess.
Oh,
5 to 10?
Yeah, 5, 10. Closer to 10, probably.
You think 10?
I would think so, yeah.
Per fight?
I think so. I mean, Dustin was kind enough to share what he was making, and
how much?
I got it.
But no more.
I gotta think that.
We'll beep it
You
out,
think it's
bro.
getting cut though with his pay-per-view buys? Because he's no more pay-per-view buys.
That's true. There's no more pay-per-view. That is true. But they probably did that because they want to keep him around because they're not doing.
This is pretty much the first big fight deal post pay-per-view. Has there really been any other ones? That's what I'm saying. So it'd be interesting to know.
After UFC London, Dana White was asked about the possibility of Jean Silva receiving the next featherweight title shot, and here's how he responded.
We'll have to see. When we announce it, then you'll know it's true.
Alexander Volkanovski wants to fight Movsar Evloev next after his win over Lerone Murphy, and says Jean Silva has yet to really prove himself.
You know, people are going to throw Silva. I don't even know how people are really throwing that out. I'm quite certain it's Movsar. Obviously, the UFC, you never know.
What happens if they push Silva too? Is there a chance that happens instead?
Everyone knows what type of champion I am. I just don't know how many times can I just keep not fighting the number one contender? He was the number one contender, he was already number one contender. Just fought number 3. Both of them guys were in front of everyone else pretty much. Diego Lopez, he's number 2. So, but I just fought him twice. So these are the 2 top guys, and they had to face each other, and then you did have a winner. Yeah, so it's obviously clearly going to be Movsar. You know, everyone knows I'm a pretty easy champ to understand, and I will fight the best. But you know, it's going to come to a point where it's like, what are we doing here? We're just like, you know, we're just wasting my. Yeah, and let me explain this to people as well. I beat, like, you know, without sounding cocky, I'm very confident I beat all these guys. Silva, Lerone Murphy, Movsar, all of them. You know what I mean? Very confident. Obviously Lopez. People are going to say, oh, he's scared of this guy, scared of that guy. It's ridiculous. I look at fighting the best for one. That's always going to come first. Then if we talk legacy, who do we want? I want the undefeated guy that's beat all the other contenders, all the top guys. I'll be honest, with the Silva situation, he's yet to prove himself. He had, he fought a top guy and lost, a guy that I beat twice, quite comfortably. And then, you know, I go and fight him and I beat him, which I quite confident I'll do, you know, without being cocky. And then he starts losing to your Movsars and Lerone Murphys and all that. People are going to look back at that and be like, why did he fight that guy? Like, you literally would. He was ranked number 6. He had 1 win. He didn't beat any top guys. What's going on here? Why did he even fight him? And who's going to even remember that?
The main event for UFC Vegas 119 was announced today. Manel Kape will be rematching Kyoji Horiguchi. The 2 fought back in 2017 at the Ryzen Fighting World Grand Prix, and Horiguchi won via arm triangle choke in the 3rd round. Currently, Kape is ranked number 2 in the flyweight division, and Horiguchi is ranked 5th. Who do you guys got for this one? Drop your predictions in the comments. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Drunken MMA Master 419. It says, I'll believe Conor is returning when the cage door closes behind him. The second one's from Coastal Carolina Rocks. It says, I'm only focused on winners. Losers stay focused on winners. Movsar Evloev. And the final one's from Project X7. It says, Lerone Murphy versus Lopez would gather my attention. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.